I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
Welcome back to Oops the Podcast, baby. Here I am, Giulio Gallerati, sitting next to old Francis Ellis.
Old Francie Pants.
Good old Francie Pants.
Here I am.
What's up, bro?
Just finishing a little treat.
Lovely. What were you snacking on?
I'm no free ads,
Okay.
but it rhymes with schmocklet, peanut butter, nut. Rhymes with that. So I think you can do the can do the rest to
I'll
get us
fill in the
home.
blanks. Dude, so I had a little debacle happen. So obviously I was in Greece with my GF, which we will get into a little bit more on the next episode. But I had these little shoes, dude.
Oh,
I loved these little shoes. They were
Little
these little
boy shoes?
They were these little kind of like water resistant shoes.
Yeah.
So you could wear them down to the beach, leave them on the side, jump in the ocean, put them back on. They wouldn't get gross. Like, these were great little shoes.
Nothing worse than getting to a rocky beach and then having to
Dude, yeah.
unsteadily kind of walk across it.
Tiptoe and avoid crabs and barnacles and
Nobody looks
and
manly
jagged.
on that unsteady, wobbly walk across a rocky beach.
Dude, terrible. So these little shoes were the perfect solution. So Hillary would always make fun of me for them and tell me that they were terrible. She's like, what are these little shoes? And it didn't help that one of her friends, without knowing that she called them that, went, nice little shoes.
Oh, nice
So
little
people started
shoes. That's a dig.
Dude, just making fun of these little shoes.
Mm-hmm. You should have told her, hey, nice big shoes.
I know.
Nothing girls hate more than having enormous clown feet. What do you could probably swim real fast without using your hands.
Nice big shoes. And dude, I have a good size foot. It's not like, I have little feet. For some reason, these are just little shoes, according to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So Hillary was like, please get rid of the little shoes. I will buy you new little shoes.
Oh.
And they'll be cooler ones. So I said, okay, cool. So I threw out the little shoes.
Wow. You got shamed into throwing out a perfectly good pair of little shoes?
And she bought me 2 dope pairs of sneakers. And I was like, oh, that's fire. Like, this is great. I got new shoes. Awesome. But right before I left for the trip, I realized I didn't have anything to wear for the beach. So what did I do? I went and bought more fucking little shoes, dude.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Why couldn't you wear those sneakers on the beach?
Because you can't. You can't wear like...
Is this a beach that requires that your shoes be below a certain size?
Dude, so...
Little shoes only? Why?
Dude, the little shoes are good in both sand and rocks, and like these other shoes are like they're like urban sneakers. You wear them around the city. You don't...
Why are these shoes so little? What makes them so little?
Dude, I have them here. These are the little shoes.
Oh, yeah. Allbirds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some of these.
Dude, they're great.
Why are these so little?
These aren't the little shoes. These are the new shoes that were acceptable, but the little shoe version was not. But it just...
Did they look like that?
No, you could lace them up.
Okay.
So anyway, I had to fucking buy more little shoes. And I'm trying not to be annoyed about it because I ended up getting 2 dope pairs of sneakers that I didn't have to pay for because my girlfriend gifted them to me. So, of course, like the discussion's over there. You know what I mean? Like there's no, but having to just go buy more little shoes, they're $100. I'm like, fuck.
$100, man. Once upon a time, that meant something. Now it's just a new pair of little shoes.
Dude, because you can get a dope pair of sneakers for $60. The fact that the little shoes cost $100 is frustrating.
I feel like this would be a great time if we had a shoe sponsor.
I know.
To drop that in there. Alas, we do not. So, okay. Well.
Little fucking shoes, dude.
Little shoes, man.
What are you going to do?
That's a bummer.
Isn't it an annoying thing, though? Like, I should have thought about that. I'm like, I need a replacement for the little shoes. I don't just need new sneakers. The new sneakers are great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. I mean, what a nice, generous thing of her to get. Dude, she's been getting me all sorts of dope shit, too. She just bought me new skincare stuff. She's been treating me like I'm her son or something, dude. I mean, she's been so generous. It's like, I'm not trying to like act like she in no way should have been on the hook for the little shoes. I'm not even suggesting that.
Don't you think that perhaps some of these gifts are a backhanded hint?
Dude, the reason why they're not
at how to improve yourself in her eyes.
Okay, so the sneakers maybe, but she got me cool sneakers, and I always trust her with my clothes.
She didn't want her friends thinking that you had tiny little boy feet.
Dude, I think that she just hated the little shoes. She was like, "Sweetie, we got to get rid of the little shoes."
It definitely started when that other friend said to her, you know, your boyfriend's little feet are very cute as they scuttle across the beach like a hermit crab.
No, it started before, dude. She tried to get me to get rid of them before that even happened. But like that just gave her more firepower.
All right, so they teamed up on it. Okay.
Little shoes.
So then what else has she bought?
Okay, so
skincare?
The skincare, I just love skincare, dude.
Yeah, but maybe she thinks that that's because
No.
you're looking a little, weathered up there.
She knows she's seen my medicine cabinet, bro. I have all the skincare. She knows that I just like it. She thought it was sick. It was like Pharrell has a skincare line, I guess.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know, dude.
I bet that's expensive.
It's just like really, she's really thoughtful and sweet, and like she will get me stuff like that all the time.
When my
I'm
girlfriend
pampered.
buys me gifts, it's a suggestion.
Really? Always?
It's a way of saying you need to use this and it will improve you.
So when I ask my girlfriend,
she's never bought me a PlayStation.
It's not really a girlfriend gift. That's funny though. Dude, like my girlfriend, I ask her to pick clothes out for me. I'll be like, I need t-shirts. Can you look and like she'll order stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I trust her with that, but when it's unsolicited, I guess it can be offensive. What do you have something in mind?
I don't even find it offensive. I'm just aware that there's an ulterior motive.
Mm.
Here, enjoy these Crest White strips. I bought you a gift. What is it? You know,
Crest White strips.
It's a new electric toothbrush. Okay, I get it. I need to work on my teeth. You know, I'm trying to think. I mean,
No, I get it.
I used to be a big fan of wearing Maui Jim sunglasses.
Oh yeah,
Do you know Maui Jim?
of course.
Okay, so Maui Jim,
It's like an older
great
guy
sunglasses.
branding.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can say it.
dadly,
Yeah, it's a dadly sunglass.
dad-like.
But it's also very polarized, very sporty, suits my needs perfectly.
Right, and you can kind of like splash around and I'm not have to worry about it.
When I'm choosing sunglasses, I ask myself two questions. One, do they shield my eyes from the sun? Because I have very light blue eyes, so I'm very sensitive to the sun.
Yeah.
And then my second question is, are they extremely expensive? Maui Jim nailed both of those questions.
They are extremely expensive?
No, they're not.
They're not.
They're,
Right, okay,
they're
yeah.
sort of they're like
Mid-range.
$150, whatever.
Right. Ray-Ban.
Maybe that's expensive
Comfort.
for some people, but whatever. I'm not trying to shame. Comparing that to a designer sunglass,
Right. It's like
like
$500.
a Tom Ford or a
Mm,
Garrett Light or a Oliver Peoples,
mhm.
Gucci Prada, any of those ones, which are just so expensive, and yet you know they were made for $5.
I wonder about that. You think
those-
that for that little?
Dude, those
Probably, right?
sunglasses are made for a preposterously low amount of money.
Mhm, mhm.
And that I something that I can't stomach. I can't get around that. I can't get around the fact that these brands are ripping my face off simply because they're big brands.
I mean, there's other workarounds besides Maui Jim, which I'm sure is where we're getting to.
Yeah, but I don't think Maui Jim. I think they're paying their children more. I think they're paying the little hands that are crafting their sunglasses a decent wage. I think the raw materials that are being used to craft my MJs are more expensive. They're probably mined in Canada instead of Malaysia.
This is all accessible information. We can find all this out.
So my point was, I was wedded to Maui Jim for a long time, and then everyone started making fun of me,
Mm.
and then I could stand it. I could stand it though, because it was my douchebag friends saying you can't wear those sunglasses. Really?
Nice Maui Jims.
What are you gonna do?
dude.
You're gonna take them off me? Come take them off me. Come fight me to have my sunglasses removed. That's what I was willing to do. And then my girlfriend got tired. I think also that my friends would then would go to her behind my back
and be
and
like,
say,
you gotta get rid of those.
we've
Maui
got to
Jims."
do something about his Maui Jims. And then she would say, I know. Trust me, I'm trying. And then they would have a little, they would commiserate over it. They would plot. They would just the little elves in the woods would plot on how to improve my eyewear.
Dude, Warby Parker, man.
So that's a good one.
Those are like $80 but $90.
Yeah, that yeah. But what ended up happening was my girlfriend bought me a pair of really expensive sunglasses for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Some Garrett lights.
Fancy.
And then I started wearing those. And then those very friends who had plotted with her, whenever I would post an Instagram story wearing them, they would say, "Sick sunglasses."
You think it's
And
all
I
a
said
big
to myself,
conspiracy?
I know you were pulling the strings. Don't give me that now, Johnny come lately. You're
Poor
just
Maui Jim, dude.
Yeah.
He's just off in the corner. They were all working against me.
Maui Jims, they're light, flexible, they block out the sun, and they weren't that expensive. They're a humble man's sunglass.
They're a great sunglass for a guy who's like clearly divorced and now with some girl where it makes no sense. And he's like on vacation in a place where he doesn't think he'll run into anyone.
Well, sure.
That's Maui Jim branding.
At
dude.
what point could you say they're a sunglass for a guy who is confident enough in who he is to not care, to pull them off?
Yeah, but dude, that guy's just a guy who's a dad.
I mean, because here's
A guy
my
who
problem.
works out in all of his spare time, which is already, that's something you do also.
I've started thinking that a child would complete my repertoire, would fill out my look.
I would agree. Dude, I agree.
It would add a lot to my life.
It would.
And you know the biggest thing it would add?
What?
A child would allow me, it gives you an out.
That's true.
It is the most
The biggest
get out
out.
of jail, get out of wedding card you could possibly have.
Yeah.
And people say, well, I don't have a child because it's expensive. Going to 10 weddings in a year
That's funny.
is super expensive. Sorry, I can't make the wedding. The kid came down with measles. Sorry, he's been sick. He's under the weather.
Right.
Can't travel with him. Whatever. People get it. Nobody asks you.
It's the ultimate flag that you don't have to go do something.
Sometimes I think about lying and saying I had a child
And just
to use it as a kind of a my handicap sticker.
it would come. Dude, I mean, no one would say shit about those Maui gyms if you had a kid.
I guess so. You're telling me that I can't buy myself. By the way, I don't even have Maui gyms anymore
Mm.
because I was so shamed. In fact, I think someone probably threw them away on my behalf. But I was so shamed into them that if I had a child, that's what I would need in order to wear my Maui gyms again.
I think so. Yeah.
God damn it! That seems
Dude,
like a lot for.
Can I ask you a
sunglasses.
question? My girlfriend bought me nice sunglasses as well. I forget for what occasion, but it was very nice of her, and I've managed to not lose them. But this is the problem that I encounter. Sometimes if I'm going to be in the sun for a long time, I'm afraid that I'm going to get a tan on my face of sunglasses. Does that happen?
Not to me.
Not to me, not to me either.
No, because tans don't really happen to me.
You look kind of golden right now.
Look a little ruddy. I have a ruddy complexion. It's a beet red.
Okay, so if you were to get burned though, could you burn with a sunglass outline on your face if you kept sunglasses on too long? That's why it's like counterintuitive to me.
I suppose so. Kids who went skiing on spring break always came back with a goggle tan.
Yeah.
It looked really silly.
But the goggles tan's very silly, dude.
It's a pretty silly tan.
It's a silly fucking tan. You
Of
look
all the
ridiculous.
tans that's the silliest. There's some other silly tans though.
The farmer's tan.
Farmer's tan, the sock tan, the
No, it's not. Chris showed us his farmer's tan. It's not too bad.
the thong tan is kind of a not so silly.
I think it's hot.
That's a serious tan.
Dude, I remember like for some reason in this one porn DVD that I had when I was a kid, there was all these girls with thong tan and like very pronounced, perfectly kind of manicured pubic hair in a very specific way that like the contrast against the jet white of their bikini tan, it was like I'll like never forget it.
Wow. How many DVDs did you have?
That was the only dude. We didn't like. I don't think I had fast internet till like junior year of high school.
Mm.
I think we had like dial up. So if you were gonna download it, you would have to wait all day for one video. You know?
Nobody had that kind of time.
Yeah. So you had to get the DVD, dude.
I want to get back. This is dirty talk now, and I want to get back to the Maui Jim stuff.
Okay.
No, I mean I don't really need to, but I do think that once I was given the fancier pair of sunglasses, that that people liked me more,
Dude.
and it felt as if I had bent the knee to these people. And my question is
But
this,
it worked
right?
out.
I tried to stick to my guns, and I tried to be my own man and say, I have the confidence to carry myself, and I'm going to wear what I want to wear, and then get to a point where people be like, you know what? He pulls it off, whatever. They won, though, and it wasn't up to me.
Sometimes your guns are wrong, buddy.
But think about this. The reason I ask this is that some people can wear crazy fashion choices.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of goofy, colorful, polka dotty bullshit, clashing modern fashion.
But not Maui Jims.
Harry Styles can walk outside wearing a suit made of bells,
Yeah.
and everyone says cool, right?
But you have to have that status to be able to do that.
Okay.
You cannot wear the bell suit. Although
right.
you might be able to pull it off.
I try, and then everyone creates this guerrilla movement to subvert my fashion choices. And at what point will they let me be me? Is it a matter of achieving success and fame such that all of a sudden everyone says,
Maybe.
he's on an island, he's done enough, his work speaks for himself, we're not going to take the Maui Jims off his face?
I mean, dude, listen, you make pretty bold fashion choices to begin with. I think, do they give you shit for that? Like with your shirts and like, do people give you hard time for that stuff or just the Maui Jims?
People give me a hard time. People think that I am
That you're like trying to get
ball
attention.
of Play-Doh that they can mold to their liking. And I say, no,
you gotta
I'm
resist. You gotta resist, bro.
not. I try.
You know? But there's a way to meet in the middle, man. Like the Maui Jim upgrade has helped you. Your girlfriend wants to have sex with you more. People like you more. And they're right, dude. They're right. Sometimes it's good to concede. You know, just like the same way, man, with a nicotine product.
Huh.
Sometimes it's good to assume maybe there's better alternatives out there.
That's true. You should always think of another way forward.
And dude, that's why we love these Lucy Slim pouches.
The slim pouches.
We got them here.
The SPs.
They remind me a lot of kind of like a snooze kind of situation, something you can tuck right in your lip, get your nicotine thrill with no tobacco at all.
Yeah. What flavor you got there?
I got the mango, man.
The mango?
I mean, the mango has proven itself to be sort of a crowd pleaser.
I'm
when
a
it
cool
comes to-
cider kind of guy. That's the one I got here, and I've been really enjoying the old cool cider.
You would be a cool cider guy.
Yeah, well, you know, fall is in the air, and I'm from New England, Johnny Appleseed. Ooh, even smells good. Yeah, man.
It is good stuff. They also have this nicotine gum here as well, which I think is a newer product.
Mm-hmm.
Here I have
You're more of a gum chewer
the cinnamon.
than a pouch packer.
I like them both, to be honest. The gum can be nice.
Yeah.
It can be a nice thing. And
Yeah.
these are just kind of like nice leisure activities that are a little bit cleaner.
They give you that kick, though. They give you that nicotine kick that you so crave, but they're without tobacco. So it's nice and clean, and it's not going to gross anyone out. You keep your mouth fresh and ready for some makeouts.
As far as the pouches goes, they also have the spearmint flavor, and there's different strengths too. You can get the 4, the 8, or the 12 milligrams. You can go to lucy.co and use promo code OOPS to get 20% off of Lucy Slim pouches or any other Lucy products. That includes the gum too. So lucy.co, use promo code OOPS at checkout. And also, I have to give this disclaimer: warning, this product contains non-tobacco nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Dude, so it's funny. We were talking about the other week about we couldn't figure out if we knew anybody who had ended an engagement, which is hilarious because Raina.
Oh.
Someone was like, guys, are you serious? Raina.
Yeah, that's great.
Raina very famously ended an engagement.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Dude, speaking of engaged, somebody sent a funny story to us that I'd like to read.
Okay.
If you'd like to hear it.
Please, yes.
This is called Application for Marriage.
Wow.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. I'm going to read this because of the parentheses. I'm a longtime listener and love the pod, parentheses. I won't go on and on so that Francis rushes me along. Hilarious.
Yeah.
My high school friend has been dating his girlfriend for 5 years. They both have careers, bought a house together, have a dog, and my buddy is ready to propose. My husband and I are a few years older than him and have done all of those steps, so he calls us often for advice. We got a call from him the other day telling us that when he asked his girlfriend's dad for her hand in marriage, he took out an application and handed it to him. My buddy laughed and the dad didn't. So he, of course, called us and we had no words. It asked for all different sorts of things an application would ask for: past work experience, goals, references.
Well, how does he not know any of that stuff if this couple is on the verge of being engaged? How does the dad not know where this kid has worked?
I mean, you could easily not know. Like, maybe that's not that exciting of a thing to talk
Hillary's parents know about your work history.
My work is more of a talking point than, some other.
Okay.
You know
all
what I
right,
mean?
Fine. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where your girlfriend worked before she works where she does now. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Like that kind
Sorry.
of thing.
Yeah. Keep going.
I don't know. I'm just saying. So he goes, being the polite guy that he is, he handed it back to go along with the quote joke that was this application. Well, the dad called all of the references, past employers, college professors, etc., asking them if they would allow their daughters to marry him if they were asked the same.
Oh my God.
They all called him like, what the fuck is going on here? Dude, this is the craziest shit I've ever heard. He doesn't want to tell his fiance because he doesn't want to cause drama in the family. I can't believe he even filled it out with real answers. What are your thoughts?
All right. Lots to unpack here.
That's crazy.
If a girl, the woman to whom I intended to propose, if I asked her father for his blessing and he came back with paperwork, I would not fill that out with real information, nor would I fill it out at all.
Right.
I would have a discussion about it.
With him?
I would say, I love your daughter and I want you to be on board with this, and I hope you will honor, my intention of asking her to marry me. But if you're kind of either on board or you're not.
Mhm.
Okay? The dad is either on board or he's not. And doing a background check, a literal background check, is insulting.
Couldn't you just do a background check without telling him?
Yeah, I mean, doing this is not acceptable.
I agree.
You cannot go to his past places of work and call real people in his life that he's put down, which is why if he thought there was any chance this dad was going to be for real, which it sounds like he knew he would be, he shouldn't have put the real contact info down. And then the question is, well, is he going to put fake people and references down? No, because then the dad will get mad, which leaves you with the only option of having a face-to-face conversation about what has just happened right then and there.
Yeah.
And saying, look.
But dude, it sounded like he didn't know. Like, it sounded like the dad was cool up until this moment because he assumed the dad was joking, right? Like, is this the dad just like showing his cards, like what he's really about? Because to assume that that's a joke, you have to know the dad well enough to know that he's joking.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're making a lot of assumptions here, right? But my guess is that given that the young man felt he should ask the dad for his blessing before he proposed to the daughter, the dad's probably a little more old school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and the son and the kid knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there's old school and then there's insane. Asking someone to fill out an application, a marriage application to sort of expedite a background check is insane.
Something out of a sitcom.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you need to address that then and there because the dad, in my opinion, deserves at most the honor of asking them for their blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And not, he doesn't deserve.
Does he deserve that even?
Well, that's on a case by case basis. I think that comes down to if you know that he would be honored by that sort of a request and that it would mean a lot to him, then and you want to do it, go for it.
But what if you don't think that he?
Well, it's just like women aren't property. you know?
Yeah.
And basically saying, I want to take her. Am I good enough?
You're right. No, that's a good
well,
point. That's a good point.
fill out this and we'll see if your LinkedIn page glows enough to make me feel confident in handing her over.
Right.
This is fucking nonsense,
No,
dude.
when you say it that way, it's true, but it doesn't have to be such a, archaic. It's just kind of like a nice thing. You're like, hey, I want to marry your daughter. Are you cool with it?
I agree.
It can
I
boil
think
down
that's
to that.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Can I take her, dude? It's fine.
Yeah. Could take her off your hands.
Take her.
Do you trust me to take her?
She's
from you?
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steer her straight. Are you going to do that?
I'm going to do that.
Are you going to ask the dad or both parents? Do you think it's a man-to-man
Now that you
thing?
mention it, I'm going to ask her mom too.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. It doesn't have to be this man to man. It's so stupid, dude.
Uh-huh.
The idea of that in general is ridiculous. Let the men talk, ladies.
Yeah.
You girls go talk about shopping.
And facial skincare and vibrators.
Here's $5. You know what I mean?
Go buy yourself a vibrator. That's $5. Dad, this is a shitty vibrator.
You're right, dude. Wow. What an interesting. This is a breakthrough. I feel like it's unconventional to ask the parents for permission, and I'm going to do that.
But you're not asking for permission.
I know you're not.
You are notifying and saying, this is happening.
I am asking for permission, and here's why. Because it's a formality. I know that they're going to say yes, hopefully, at this time when this happens, when I'm ready to ask this. And it's more about, if I do this, are you guys cool with that? Because I don't want you to not be cool with that, because that would suck.
Okay, so
So therefore, I am asking for
let's
permission.
play it out. Ready?
Okay.
I'm Hillary's dad and mom together. Hi, Julio. You wanted to speak with us.
Hey, yeah. Oh my God. I'm fucking nervous, dude.
What's up?
I can't say. So,
You don't have to be nervous with us. We've known each other for a long time.
I know. Well, Hillary and I have been together for a long time now, and I was planning to ask, for her hand in marriage.
Oh my God.
I know. So I wanted to make sure that I had your guys' blessing before I went ahead and did that.
Well, we are so appreciative that you have asked us. But unfortunately, we do not give you our blessing.
Why? Why not? You fucking with me? Oh, you old rascal. B-Dog, you old rascal.
I'm only saying this to see how you would react if they said no.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Would you say why?
Okay, I'd be like,
You talked back.
oh my God.
We've
I
always
wouldn't have
envisioned our daughter with a surgeon or a lawyer, and we just feel like you are a comedian.
They wouldn't say that.
What would they say if they said no?
Maybe
Would they say some version of, we don't think you're good enough for her?
I don't think so. I think they would say some version of, we think Hillary's a very private person, and now that you've become this famous, at the time that I'm asking this question, this megastar, we're worried that Hillary, it might not work for her. Like, this kind of lifestyle might not be good for her. She's a private person. We don't want her to be subjected to the sort of the trolls on the internet, and we know she's sensitive, and we don't know if she can handle that, and therefore we don't think that you guys are right for each other.
But I will always do my best to protect her privacy and make sure that she is not included in any of the paparazzi. I will hire the best security detail and make sure we have drivers and everything, and we'll live off the grid. And I won't let my work life leak into her life, which I do honor and keep private.
Well, Julio, we really like you, and that's really sweet. But there's only so much that one person can do, and I think that there's no way for you to shield her from what comes along with the lifestyle that you've chosen for yourself.
But don't you think that that might actually, with all due respect, don't you think that that's Hillary's choice to make? And she's known all along where this could head, and that success for me might mean the opening of the aperture of my life, such that she's now more in a visible position herself?
Well, that's correct. She can choose herself, but you just know that you will not have our blessing.
Oh, well, I had hoped that we could see eye to eye, and that this would be a happy thing. but with all due respect, I still intend to ask Hillary to marry me, and I'm going to do it whether you want me to or not.
Dude, I would never be that abrasive. But you were getting close to a place of something that I would do besides the final ultimatum.
Okay, so how does it end for you?
If it ends for me getting to a place where I at least get them to go, okay, you've made some good points. Like, let us talk and we'll see. And then we would have to continue the conversation another time. And I like to think I could break them, dude. Hopefully.
And how would that sit with you?
I would be crushed.
But you don't see that happening at all.
I like to think that I can read the room a little better than that, dude.
But can I say this? The fact that you had a version of how they might say they do not give you their blessing makes me think that is there any chance that would happen?
If I did something terrible and then she like forgave me and we continued dating, but like her family didn't forgive me, like I'm not going to do that. That's a situation I can envision them not giving the blessing.
But that's total.
Okay, yeah, that's different. So what we're talking about right there, I can't imagine them saying that. I can imagine her saying that, to be honest. Like if I proposed and she would say no, like I don't think we're right for each other. She would be more likely to say that and give that reason.
Okay.
No.
Well, then this is a different can of worms.
But they're willing to assume, I think, knowing them as well as I do now, that their independent, strong daughter can make these decisions on her own. She is successful on her own. She does not need me in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the contrary. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if anybody needs anybody, I need her. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And they know that she can make that decision on her own, and that regardless of whether or not I end up being a deadbeat, it's not going to really affect her livelihood necessarily.
Got it. Okay.
But
wow.
what's the can?
Well, the can is, would you propose if you were not certain that she would say yes?
Yeah.
Like you've gone ring shopping together. That to me is certainty.
I love how much you still hate that. You didn't get it out of your system.
I don't mind
that
the
clip.
ring shopping, but then the woman can't put her hands over her face in mock surprise when you propose.
No, agreed.
You can't post that picture on Instagram because you're not surprised. You went ring shopping.
Dude, how much do you hate the screenshot of the FaceTime of the person showing the ring and the reaction?
Yeah. I'm not that familiar with that. I haven't seen that.
That's a thing I've been seeing a lot of lately.
Huh.
Girls will FaceTime with their friend who's showing them the ring, and then you can see them going,
You know what's sad? Any engagement photo I see, the first thing I do is I zoom in on the ring. I instantly.
Are you familiar with like,
open.
you know how much they cost? Like, I have no idea.
I don't know. I just know I have a sense now of the rings that my friends have received or given, and guys and girls, right? And how big those are, and then I have a vague idea of what some of my friends spent on their rings.
Gotcha.
So I kind of know. But
so this is the thing. I think that people are on to the fact that women want a bigger ring these days, and therefore there must be, and I might be wrong about this, there must be a big difference in the quality of the diamond where I can't tell. Like a big ring's a big ring to me.
But we can't tell is the point.
Right.
You talk about the color of the diamond or the clarity, all of those things, we don't know. We don't know that. You know who knows stuff about that? Those guys in the diamond district that are holding
You
one of
need a
those
monocle to tell.
Monocle kaleidoscope type things, and after a while they're like, yeah, okay, this is good. We're not doing that when some girl goes, take a look, you know?
That's funny.
We don't have the fucking imagine the girl's like, oh, can I see the ring? Yeah, sure. And then you pulled out one of those fucking hold it steady. What?
Needs a polish.
I think that'd be really funny, dude.
Dude, that's good. You should carry one around. Dude, that would be a really funny thing, just as a gag.
Yeah, I
Pull
agree.
one of those out of your pocket.
Yeah.
I'm engaged. Just pull, that's a funny
Actually, can you
party
take it
joke.
off your hand and put it on the table here? Set up a light rig, you know?
Dude, that is fucking great.
Yeah.
Well, I want to, dude, that's a good question though about the engagements thing. Like, would I propose without knowing she would say yes? I asked her to be my girlfriend and she said no. Do you know about that?
Of course I know about that.
Yeah.
But-
so maybe I would be willing to do it. I don't know. It's different now, I guess.
All right. You propose to Hillary tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Odds that she says yes.
35%?
That's it?
Yeah, dude. I think we're like both not ready for that.
She lives with you.
I know, but we've only lived together for a little. And I don't think I could maybe get her to wrap her head around the idea that it was a good idea. But I don't
You
think
don't
so.
want to have to feel like you have to convince her.
No, and I think also her like older sister's planning to get married maybe soon. And like maybe there's just like a bunch of things as to why she has it in her head that like that's not happening soon.
Okay.
But it could make it more exciting to pull it out of left field like that.
Ooh, whip it out.
You know, just
that'd
whip
be
it out.
Fun.
Sometimes you got to whip it out, dude.
Mm-hmm.
As long as everybody is, sometimes, Chris, as long
I
as
just have-
everybody's consensual.
I have visions. I was thinking about this. You know those viral videos of guys. There's one famous one of a guy at a basketball game who was wearing the mascot costume, and the girl was wearing a blindfold, and she somehow finds him. Then he takes the mascot mask off. He gets down on her knee to propose, and she says no. And the whole crowd goes, oh. Then she runs off.
Oh my God.
And I have two thoughts. One is you should never, ever in a million years plan the most public proposal imaginable in front of an entire basketball stadium. If you are not 100%
If you're not
certain
1,000% positive.
she's going to say yes.
Dude.
And number two, I've never understood why that woman didn't just lie and say yes in that moment, and then they go off the court and then walk it back.
Right.
Let him save face.
Right.
Pretend, be like, yeah, we'll talk
Right,
about it.
right.
You know, haha, great. Hug, kiss. Yay, correct. Congratulations, everybody. They go, and then she's like, listen, I didn't want to embarrass you, but truth be told, I'm not ready. I'm not interested. Whatever. You read
Right.
that wrong.
I feel like running off means she's planning on ending it in general.
Well, there's certainly no coming back from what happened to them.
I mean, there could be. Like maybe she's not ready. But you don't run when you're not ready. You run when it's over.
Well, put it this way, right? Like he could have done it, obviously, in a mascot costume like he did and got absolutely stuffed. But I feel like, you know, a way to be more certain to increase his odds is if he'd, instead of wearing a stupid furry bear outfit, he were wearing a pair of bird dog shorts.
Yeah, that's true. Tried and true, baby.
Do you think that video goes as viral as it does with her running off the court, shaking her head and saying no if he's wearing bird dogs?
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. If he was wearing the bird dogs, he would be able to chase after her. And when she jumped into the ocean, he would then be able to also jump in the
He jumps
ocean.
in, swims,
Follow
grabs her,
suit.
brings her to shore, and his shorts dry fast enough for him to not be in trouble for chasing a woman.
Correct.
Something like that.
And there's zipper pockets. He'd be able to toss it back there, zip the ring, so he didn't lose it as he was swimming through the Atlantic, trying to chase her
This guy
down.
really wants to get engaged.
This guy really loves her, dude.
Holy cow. It's getting a little creepy almost. We love the bird dog shorts. Wearing them right now. We're always wearing them. Fantastic for summer. Fantastic for fall. Also, they have pants, which are perfect for fall.
They're great.
Go to birddogs.com. Use promo code OOPS. You'll get some kind of goofy gag gift alongside. We're not sure what it is, but they have it for you. Birddogs.com. Promo code OOPS. Get your bird dogs today.
Okay. So, Francis, when I wonder this sometimes, because as far as I know, you could be ready to propose tomorrow or not. And I'm wondering, are you going to loop me in when you're planning on it or not?
Are you going to be part of it?
I don't need to be part of it. Am I going to know that it's going to happen? And say that there isn't, I don't know how you're going to do it, but say there is no party where you have to tell me, where you're like, I'm proposing, come to the party. I hope I'd be invited to that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure.
Yeah. Of course. No, of course. Of course.
But I'm wondering if I'm going to know that you're beginning the process, or for some reason you are superstitious, or it would make you more nervous to let people know.
It's a tough one because I think that from what I've learned, friends of mine who have proposed kept it pretty close to the chest because they didn't want the secret getting out.
They didn't want the leak.
And it's something that people get excited to talk about.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't feel like it would be that hard for it to get back around, you know.
So what I would say to that is I've proven that I'm a vault.
Yeah.
You've given me some that I'm taking to the grave already.
Yeah.
You know, we have had, you know,
Mhm.
so I've proven my.
You and I have secrets that even the trip that the two of you took to Miami is not as close as some of the secrets that we've shared.
Well, I have some secrets with Julio that you don't even know.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah?
you guys do.
Yeah.
Now, boys,
Like-
pipe down.
Remember that mango we ate in Miami? Like, it was our secret. No, don't tell
this
anyone.
was
we
was
shared
before
a mango.
Miami. You know,
Dude, we have some secrets that I haven't even told of course I've never I didn't tell my girlfriend, but it doesn't always go without saying. Sometimes when you tell someone something, you tell the girlfriend. And this is before even our girlfriends were honestly friends like they are now. She doesn't know. Nobody, I'm not, Francis didn't do anything bad, but like we have secrets.
Yeah, we have secrets.
Is that strong? Does that make my case stronger for maybe that I'll be in the know?
How? Ooh,
This
this
is
almost
your-
feels like blackmail.
Now listen, dude, this is your special moment.
Doesn't feel that special. It feels like threatening. Feels like you're threatening me.
Dude, this is fucking hilarious. So it's up to you, and I would not be offended either way because it's not about me, it's about you. I think it's crazy when people make things about them when it has nothing to do with them. But I'm just letting you know, I can handle the secret. I will not use it against you.
I got it. I gotcha. You know, I think I'm probably more of the guy who doesn't really tell anyone, I guess with the exception of my parents and her parents.
And whoever's helping you with the ring, if you
Yeah.
have someone helping.
And then, what do you mean helping me with the ring?
If for some reason you need some kind of, I know that there's an heirloom ring floating around.
You're saying the jeweler, or
If there's some clandestine person helping you with the process that isn't the jeweler, like a friend who's like, or one of her friends who knows about her ring preferences.
okay. I get what you mean. Well, this is my question. Who do I have to tell? Who do I have to tell?
No one. But if we're being reasonable, your parents.
I would definitely tell her parents.
Okay, so your parents, her family, and I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's what I agree. I agree.
Would someone argue that you need to tell someone else?
I know that among her friends, there's this thing now where it's like you gather everybody to be
There's the thing.
around right after the proposal.
I think it's nice,
Yeah, it is.
but it takes
But
away
then that's where you really risk that the secret's gonna break.
data leak.
You're planning a surprise party where instead of a happy birthday, it's like happy biggest moment of your life.
Yeah.
We're so excited. We're bursting at the seams with this knowledge we possess and you don't. Someone's going to let slip. Oh, yeah, we'll see you on Saturday. What? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
agreed.
I meant, FaceTime or some bullshit.
There's something too that's special about her knowing first. Right?
Yeah, dude.
Because the party's a nice thing and it's fun and whatever. But I think the way to do it maybe is you have the party and you don't tell people and then you do it.
What do you mean?
Like one of my best friends, my boy Ryan, who's my next door neighbor growing up, one of my best friends, great guy. He came back into town. He lives in California, and he had a party for him coming back into town, and no one knew he was proposing. But at that party, he proposed to her in front of everybody. And
That's cool.
pretty solid.
But I feel like I'm a guy who's not going to propose in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know why? Because fuck everyone else.
Yeah, they didn't like your Maui Jim.
I didn't have Maui Jims ripped off my face. I didn't get told how things had to be and how
Francis
I was.
open lettered his friends.
I am. Yeah,
Fuck all of
that's
you.
exactly right. I didn't live my life forging my own identity and turning down the path of least resistance and choosing the road less traveled at every turn to only abide by what Teen Vogue outlined as the perfect proposal plan, and then everyone bought into that.
That's funny.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. I agree.
Fuck the script.
Agreed.
Fuck your expectations. I don't have to let anyone know what I'm planning to do. You'll find out. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anyone out there who thinks they're entitled to a tip of the cap prior to the big event.
Yeah, no one is entitled to that. No one's entitled to you.
Now, am I being
No,
ridiculous?
no.
Because I think I'm being ridiculous.
Dude, no, you're not. And I think I'm speaking for Hillary again. This has been a very Hillary-dense episode. But I don't think she would like there to be a big crowd. So maybe you should just marry Hillary, dude.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Hillary. I know you don't know me at all.
Twist.
I did
Like,
a
oh, we know
podcast with my now ex-co-host, Julio. Believe me, it ended poorly when I told him I intended
The heart does what it wants.
to marry his girlfriend, which is why I'm calling you. I went to Harvard.
They're like, we know.
Yes, we've heard about you.
Wife swap.
Oh God.
Dude, that's
No, but
fucking
okay,
great.
so my my girlfriend, the first of her, close friends to get engaged. I remember the guy texted her and texted her other close friends and said, I'm gonna do this. Get ready. And we were in quarantine, so no one was gonna come to the location, but they were ready to FaceTime instantly and sing their excitement and all of that. And it clearly meant a lot to them that they felt included.
Totally.
And it felt like the right move from him.
Yeah.
But that's just not really how I roll.
And to be honest, the thing that I struggle with that is I have certain friends who they do things a certain way. They're the type of people that want everybody to be involved. They want you to be a part of it. And if you're not like that, they don't get it. And then they're mad at you. And I hate that. That's a bad personality
being
trait.
mad.
Like somehow I'm weird because I didn't want to do things the way that you did it.
Yeah.
That's
This is going to be a left field reference, but Summer House,
okay.
our
okay.
pals from Summer House.
Not that left field.
I think it was I got so wrapped up in the last season for some reason. I mean, I love Hannah Burner.
Pour some out for Hannah.
I love Carl Radke. I actually like all of them. I like Paige a lot. But they were doing the reunion episode. This is how neck deep I was. I watched the reunion
Was
episode.
Hannah on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And by this point, Hannah had gotten engaged.
Yes.
And I think Kyle, they were talking about the friendships or something. And he gave her, I think Kyle said something like, your friends like us found out that you'd gotten engaged by virtue of you posting about it on Instagram. And he was very hurt by that. Like he cited that as a slight.
Interesting.
And that has always stuck with me, which is to say, the moment that I were to get engaged, I would send a picture to my closest friends
Yes.
and let them know instantly before sort of telling the world.
Agreed. I do agree with that. I very much agree with that. I agree with him, actually.
With Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I'm sure she didn't think about it. I wouldn't like be mad at someone forever about it. I'm sure he didn't hold that against her necessarily. Although maybe he did. I don't know.
I didn't watch the reunion episode.
Yeah. I know that there was a bunch of other stuff going on there with them. But I agree with him. It's like, I would tell all of my close friends immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm engaged.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would hope that was enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It should be.
But then it's like, where does the circle of first notifications end?
No one sees the list of where they where they.
Yeah, but there will be people who are offended to see that you got engaged on Instagram instead of you letting them know via text. I would guarantee it.
You think so?
Yeah, it's the same as being left out of a invitation or a party or something.
It's not the same. It's just, dude, like I think that I would be able to very easily cover everybody who needed to know about that. And then
How many people is it?
more than I think, but not more than like, few dozen,
Wow.
right? More than that for you?
I don't know. No. I mean, that sounds right. But I'm certain I will under deliver.
Like, this is what'll
and piss
happen.
people off.
The people I'll forget to text will be like the people who I'm friends with who live in other cities that aren't like high on my text queue
Uh-huh.
because we don't live our lives together. Like, I have very close friends in LA who I don't talk to all the time.
Yeah.
And I maybe would forget to tell one of them.
Yeah, right. I get that.
I don't know, man, but it's amazing. There's so many, and this is like World War II talking about this shit. There's so many ways to analyze it.
Oh, believe me.
We
and
talk about this shit all the time.
We do talk about it a lot, but we talk about different
We
aspects
do. No,
of it.
it's great.
And I think for this one, which is so, it's so sad. It's so sad to me that I have to consider the feelings of everyone in how I approach asking someone to marry me.
You might be over.
It makes it so political.
You
It
might be
feels
overthinking it a
bureaucratic.
bit, man. You might be like, you're assuming that everybody's going to give you a hard time, and I don't think they will, as much as you think. There might be a couple outliers.
Well, I can handle people giving me a hard time. That's not what's going to happen. They're going to talk behind our backs and be mad,
Yeah.
which instantly is bad karma.
But dude,
'Cause you want people to be for you.
okay, but think about this. I'm with, like, who are, like a couple is talking shit? Or like a couple of your
No,
friends?
I would say, I'm much more concerned about her friends. And I've become very close with them.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't want to offend them by not
Okay.
notifying them ahead of time if that's what they were expecting.
Yeah, but that's not how you were going to do it, dude. Like, that's crazy. Like, why would you notify them? Oh, they just
Because
think,
I have this precedent
And-
of the other friend.
that's interesting though. I guess sometimes close girlfriends assume that they're going to get consulted.
Now, let me add, her close friends are phenomenal people, and they are level-headed. They have perspective. I'll give you an
They
example.
the ones who I know seem chill.
Yeah, they're great, and they know me well enough to not. I don't think that they would be offended,
Mhm.
right? But I'm lucky in that regard because some people would be.
Yeah.
I think it would only benefit me to let them know and bring them into the circle of trust beforehand. But I was gonna say to their credit, this is crazy. So I've been dating my girlfriend for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Of her 3 closest friends, I just realized like 2 weeks ago that I wasn't following 2 of them on Instagram.
Oh, did they notice?
They probably knew, but then I instantly ratified it because they were following me and then messaged them and apologized profusely. And neither of them gave a flying fuck.
Mm.
They were like, I don't care at all. It's fine.
Yeah.
And they meant it,
yeah.
which to me is really cool
yeah.
because I dated a girl before, an ex, who told me off for not following back her friends quickly enough. And was like, you have to be more careful about that. And I was like, look, I don't mean to be a fucking big timer, but there are days where I get 400 people following me.
I miss him all the time
I don't
too.
see who those people are.
I know. And dude,
There's no notification on.
So
There's
I
no
think that-
name that I recognize.
I think that some people accept that too. Like, they just assume you're not going to notice. Because it happens to me, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't click on every profile.
Yeah.
And sometimes people have some like name that I don't recognize. How the hell am I going to know that it's you?
Right.
I don't go seeking you out. I'm not like seeking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
All of this is to say her friends are the best. I really adore them. And I almost want to honor that
Right.
by letting them know. And I do think that they would be trusted with not, accidentally letting it leak.
Leaking it.
that it was going to happen. So I don't know, dude. Something to ponder.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where my head is at.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
just know that I'm gonna be pretty fucking pissed if you don't tell
What
me.
do you?
Dude. I'm joking.
Give me a 2-minute outline for me, knowing me as you do, of how you think I should propose, of your ideal version, knowing both of us, how she would like for it to happen, how I would like for it to happen, and how if you saw that it had happened this way, you would say, "Boy, that was optimal."
Wow. I just don't know. Cause like to a degree, like I hear all the things you're saying, but I also know you to be this like social butterfly. Like you have such a good social life. And dude, I even brag about this.
Do I?
I brag about you to people, bro.
Well, it's astonishing that you say that to me, because I honestly really feel as if I'm a recluse.
You know, I was talking to our pal Shane Gillis, dude. I was bragging to him about how many strong non-comedy friendships you've been able to maintain, and how you prioritize it, and how it's commendable, and I admire
You
it.
probably said that was very gay of me.
No, he was like, dude, he was like sincerely impressed too. Actually, he made some clever slight of you at some point, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but something. But dude, like, so to me, just knowing that, I assume that somehow you'd want some kind of group activity to happen at some point in the near future, honoring that moment. As far as you two, if it was going to be a private moment, like, dude, I don't know. I almost
You think private or public for me?
it based on everything you've just told me.
I've already played my hand.
It sounds like private. But I also wonder if you've thought how much you've thought about this. It sounds like a lot, but I think there is a chance that somehow you'd want to figure out a way to involve your friends. It's not in the proposal itself, but maybe in the aftermath or something. And maybe if that doesn't pan out, I don't know, maybe some romantic evening doing something you did early on in your whatever, maybe taking her across that boat ride over to your golf club and on the putting practice green, I don't know, like something like that. Also Maine maybe, but then maybe you would think that was too like you centric.
No, I would think the golf course was too me centric.
Yeah, but I feel like the golf course is like a thing that you guys share with your life in New York, even though you do it.
I don't think I can't.
I'm striking out
I could
here.
not do that. No, you're not.
I'm on to something.
I like that you're considering what places are special to us in terms of how to do it.
Like I could see you making some nice meal and some special intimate spot where it was just you two and doing something that you had said you were going to make on a special day, and then it happens to be the day you propose.
Do you like restaurant proposals or no?
Not my favorite.
No, nor for me.
Not my
You
favorite.
have to completely tamp down your excitement
Yeah.
because you're still in a quiet place. You can't jump
Romantic.
up and around and hug and have everyone give you, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I could see you being, an al fresco, Francis private moment, maybe on your roof of your apartment. Who knows?
Okay. Well, that's Oops the Podcast. Boy, what a funky episode this was.
It's a good one.
Tumultuous.
It was a good one.
Roller coaster.
Big time. A lot of emotions.
Take us home, Julio.
Guys, yeah, you know where to find us at Oops the Podcast. Send us your emails. We've been really enjoying them. They're hilarious. Check out, the conclusion of my travel series stuff. The last couple episodes should be coming out soon. Get on Francis's Patreon, and we'll have more news for you guys soon. Thank you.